Pathlings, I'm Spin Pixie, your Monday host, and we are continuing this week with our planetary studies. So I'm going to be talking to you today about the planet Saturn and Saturn's energies. So let's go ahead and get started. The energies of Saturn are that of the authoritarian, discipline, hard work, and commitment. Saturn's opposing energies are guilt, resistance, and delays. Saturn in our birth chart is where we may feel the most inadequate. It is our harshest inner critic and our cynical side. It is also the side of us that tells us that we're not adequate, that we can't do anything right, or that we will never be, never were, never could be what we want to be. When Saturn is our disciplinarian or our teacher, Saturn will make us work very hard for what we want to achieve, but Saturn's rewards are very great. Learning Saturn's lessons are often hard work and will test our limits. Saturn is also the ruler of time, as is exhibited in his Greek name or Greek aspect, Chronos, which means time. A good example of the use of Saturn's energy as our teacher or disciplinarian is when we're trying to learn a foreign language or learning to play an instrument. When we start out on our journeys, we don't know anything. We're without, we don't have that ability to do what we're seeking out to do. That's why we're seeking out to learn the knowledge. Now, if we do not commit, without any commitment and taking the time to practice, we will stay in that place knowing nothing. When we commit to practicing over time, we will obtain new skill sets that will take us farther than we could ever anticipate. Not only will we be rewarded with knowing our new language or the new instrument that we wanted to learn how to play, but it may, with that obtaining the new skill set, it could lead to things that we didn't anticipate. For example, if you're learning a new language, that could bump you up in pay in your employment. That could also lead to travel for your company because you know a language that maybe no one else in your office knows. So that will open you up to new opportunities that someone who did not put in that time or that dedication would not otherwise have. Saturn also calls upon us to be in tune with our body, our mind, and our spirit, to go within, to seek that higher self and that inner knowledge, to master ourselves, to know when we are more talkative than we should be, to know when we are a little more on the egotistical side, things like that. The key term here is to meditate. Saturn calls upon us to look at our ego and see how our ego may be getting in our way from progressing, from making strides, how our ego, how we're running from the things that we fear, how that may be making us repeat the same dumb mistakes, and how that may be adding to the delays in our spiritual life as well as our everyday lives. So Saturn is a very strict teacher. Saturn is its energies can be used to teach us more the life lessons, the self-mastery lessons, things of that nature. And I wanted also to talk about Saturn's return. Now, Saturn has an approximate orbital time of about 28 years, and this is divided roughly into 4 7-year cycles. And 7 is significant because 7 is the number of spiritual truth. And every so often we reach these points where we're seeking that spiritual truth, that we reevaluate whether we are conscious of it or not, where we are spiritually, what we are seeking, what we are craving spiritually. Things like that. It's a time of gaining new wisdom in our spiritual life. So our first Saturn's return happens when we're anywhere from age 28 to 31, And it's a very critical time because we're in that self-evaluation process. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into a few correspondences of Saturn. So some of the correspondences for Saturn is the color of Saturn is blue and the body part is the backbone, because Saturn calls upon us to take that initiative to learn the things that we want to know about ourselves, about our lives, and about our spiritual truth. The Taro association for Saturn is the hermit, the devil, and the world. The day of the week for Saturn is, of course, Saturday, and the magical correspondences for Saturn is land and real estate, past lives, overcoming self-sabotage, lies or finding out the information behind a lie or getting to the truth of the matter, lessons, life lessons, lessons of self, things like that, protection from psychic attack, esoteric knowledge, knowledge of self, banishing limitations, releasing anchors that are holding us down, and cutting away what no longer serves us. This energies of Saturn can be also used to release pain and negativity, to alleviate or to cause guilt within someone, for helping us kick bad habits, for purging ourselves of negativities, for causing or breaking through where there are delays. And on Mercury, when I did Mercury, I just kind of posted this. Excuse me. I just kind of posted this in the notes. I didn't really say this in the video, but one of my I forget where I even found this, but one of the old texts that I was reading has this in it. In the days and hours of Saturn thou canst perform experiments to cause good or ill success to businesses, professions, goods, seeds, fruits, and similar things, in order to acquire learning, to bring destruction or to give death, and sow hatred and discord. So Saturn is a very versatile planet to work with. It can, and one thing to consider, if a planet can heal, a planet can destroy. If a planet can teach, a planet can stop others from learning. So, I mean, just consider that every planet has a dual ability. They have dual energies, things of that nature. So that's going to do it for me in this video. I will see you guys probably back here again this week, as I will be stepping in for a couple of our collaborators who are unable to make videos this week. So until next time, I wish you many blessings and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.